And today, we are seeing a support, international support all around the world. Biafra is gaining momentum to the detriment of this illegitimate climb, whose foundation was structured based on the powers of darkness by Florence and her husband, Lord Lugard. United Nations has given us backing. Nigeria is going down on daily basis because it's a country that doesn't respect law.
But they say they have international backing to declare support for Biafra. But do you think this is right?
It is so right, very, very right. The congregation that had just come, how many days ago, how many hours ago from United Nations, there was this jubilation in all over, the world, the whole Biafran camps in Europe, Biafran camps in Asia, in Atlantica, in Oceania, in Africa, in America, everybody were even jubilating in Australia because United Nations has given us backing. Nigeria is going down on daily basis because it's a country that doesn't respect law.
Do you think that Russia has the power to mandate Finland to release Ekpa? But they say they have international backing to declare support for Biafra. But do you think this is right?
It is so right, very, very right. The congregation that had just come, how many days ago, how many hours ago from United Nations, there was this jubilation in all over, the world, the whole Biafran camps in Europe, Biafran camps in Asia, in Atlantica, in Oceania, in Africa, in America, everybody were even jubilating in Australia because United Nations has given us backing. Nigeria is going down on daily basis because it's a country that doesn't respect law. Human rights violation record is on the high. Alarming rate in Nigeria skyrocketed in recent time because a man that is in charge of this current administration is a man that doesn't know what it takes to respect human rights. The language Tinubu knows is siphon it, carry it by force. Take this money to Absa, South Africa. Carry this ballot box too. Go keep it at my backyard. Make sure that the deep sea, Calabar deep sea is not working. We don't want Igbo man to trade there. Make sure that Onitsha bridge is not dredged. We don't want Igbo man to at least industrially and commercially, expand. So that is the language he hears. Let me tell you, we are getting there. We are being supported, recognized, allowed, and embraced by the state of Israel. We are being embraced, allowed, at least, aligned by Canada. Look at what America is doing recently. Almost everybody in the House of Congress, senators all over the United States of America are embracing United States of Biafra. Can't you see that it's so clear and obvious that Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of United Nations, is embracing Biafra? Can't you see it? It is too glaring. Do you understand me? Yeah. Let me tell you, we are getting there. If Nigeria is sanctioned today by United Nations, by USA, Canada is on course. Canada is doing it. Don't you know it's because of Biafra? Wait, the most hungry country in Europe, the most corrupt country in Europe, the most chameleonic, unstable country in Europe that can use anything to play politics, provided the money is entering into his pocket, is United Kingdom, the British. Don't you think that if British ever become angry with Federal Republic of Nigeria, it is because of Biafra? Because Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated by the country called Nigeria, a country he enjoys his citizenship before United Kingdom, that's British citizenship. It has been violated in Nnamdi Kanu, who was arrested, extraordinary rendition from Nairobi, Kenya in 2021 into this climb called Nigeria, illegally. And Britain is not happy because Kanu was holding with him a British passport then. So don't you see that UK can as well deal with Nigeria if anything like embargo, economic sanction is actually going on now or about to kick off, as in Britain, at least hammering Nigeria with embargo. It is because of what Nigeria did to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So we're enjoying international recognition. Everybody, every country in the Middle East, Europe, it surprises me that sometimes these Arab countries, they are trying to join the race. You can see the flag, they canvas and make sure that the Arab world are not joining Biafra because they actually have been antagonizing the Igbo man, that they are the only one that fails to embrace Islam. That's why you see the Arab world, they turn their back on us. But serve them well. Are we not the Jews again? We are the black Jews. We recognize Israel and we believe that we can work hard with Israel. We can learn and ally with Israel. We can exist with Israel. Wherever Israel goes, Biafra goes there. So that's why I don't see Arab coming in our support. But all I know is that we're enjoying good support of most powerful countries of the world. That's why, as you asked me about Putin led me, that he's going to work hard to support Biafra. I'm trying to tell you yes, and they are going to put pressure, like as you ask, on Finland to release Simon Ekpa. Yes, it is possible, and Ledme is going to do that. He's doing it right now. When you talk about North Korea, that stubborn boy, that young boy, is supporting Biafra because actually he has heard from the horse's mouth, and due to the kind of consultation, made diplomatically by Nnamdi Kanu, I think North Korea is being overwhelmed with recognition and international popularity of the Black Prince, Biafra. So North Korea, they are coming to join us any moment from now, and Russia has actually joined us. Putin, Ledme has recognized Biafra. It is no news story. It is no news. Because actually we understood what happened in 1967 when Putin was about aligning, or at least, joining forces with Biafra. The war broke out. Because of the war that broke out, and Ojukwu being a young boy then, Ojukwu was only 33 years to 34 when the Russian prime minister then met with Ojukwu on an agreement to know how far we are going to allow the Russia USSR to use our oil. They actually arrived on 10 years, and that 10 years was like 100 years for the young man, the young Ojukwu that was in his early 30s. Ojukwu declined and said no, and that it was how we landed ourselves in this situation today. Could be that Ojukwu allowed that agreement with Russia. I don't think that almighty Britain could have had their way by supplying Nigerian military clique with arms. Had it been we were supplied with good arms, we would have faced Yoruba, would have faced Fulani, Hausa, and the rest of them, eyeball to eyeball, and make sure that we dismiss them in 1966, 67 to date. And today, we are seeing a support, international support all around the world. Biafra is gaining momentum to the detriment of this illegitimate climb, whose foundation was structured based on the powers of darkness by Florence and her husband, Lord Lugard.
Japan, in the person of Shigeru Ishiba, plan on meeting with the current president of Russia and the person of Vladimir Putin. Yes, so why is this important, and how does it relate with Simon Ekpa? Well, just in case you don't know, around the 26th of January of this year, yes, some individuals from the Biafran movement traveled to Japan so as to discuss serious political issues with some of its political leaders and administrative body. Yes, at the end of that meeting, the meeting between a member of the Biafran movement together with some political leaders in Japan, all the keynotes of that meeting were sent down to Shigeru Ishiba, the prime minister of that country. Yes, so as we speak, this prime minister of Japan currently is planning a trip to Russia. He wants to have a closed-door meeting with Vladimir Putin. How did we know, and how can we verify that detail? Well, showing right now on your screen is a press release coming from a Russian website known as Pravda.com, where it states Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba expressed his intent to meet with the president of Russia. Yes, so why is this even important? Well, for a fact, we all know that this Prime Minister of Japan is a strong supporter of Mr. Simon. Yes, and just in case you don't know, Finland and Japan have a very close relationship. These guys have series of bilateral agreements and bilateral trade and series of understanding and treaty between these two countries. Yes, so Finland and Japan are very, very close when it comes with international relations. Yes, so that friendship and the closeness between Japan and Finland will play a massive role in the case of Simon. Yes, because like I said, the Prime Minister of Japan is a supporter of Mr. Simon. So where does Russia comes in, and why is Russia even important in this conversation? Well, for better understanding, take a look at this publication coming from a foreign website where it states Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba expressed his concern or intent to sign a peace treaty with Russia. So as you can see, Japan doesn't have an existing treaty with Russia when it comes with peace. So the Prime Minister of Japan wants to create a better understanding between his country and Russia in question. Yes, that is the motive and that is the reason behind that meeting, or the meeting that will happen in the future. So how does this relate, or how does this concern Mr. Simon? Well, let me show you a news publication that was released just yesterday from Finland, where it states Russia is probing Finland's weakness almost daily, warns Super Matelius. Yes, and just in case you don't know, this man known as Super Matelius is the chief or the head of security department in Finland. He's the man who has been handling Simon's case and investigation. So the country of Finland currently are preparing and are getting ready just in case one day Russia wakes up and wants to invade them. Yes, this simply means that Russia and Finland are not in good terms. Well, for better understanding, take a look at this map showing right now on your screen. When you look closely, you see Russia on your right hand side and there's Finland on your left hand side. And when you zoom in, you notice that these countries shares borders, and that is why the government of Finland are currently worried about Russia invading them. So Russia and Finland are not in good terms, but Japan and Finland are in good terms, and they have a series of bilateral agreements. So it's simple. The Prime Minister of Japan will visit Russia to create better understanding between Russia and his country. And on the other hand, the Prime Minister of Japan will try to foster a better understanding and to foster peace between Russia and Finland. And that is where Simon Ekpa comes into play. It's very possible that the Prime Minister of Japan can probably tell the leaders in Finland that, see, I can strengthen the relationship between your country and Russia and prevent any future invasion. Yes. So for me to do all of these things for you, you can at least release one of my close tie and one of my closest friend. And me, being the Prime Minister of Japan, I will talk or speak with the President of Russia so as to prevent any form of invasion. We'll come to an understanding and peace can simply reign between these countries. Yes, this is what we think can possibly happen in that conversation and in that meeting. Well, as we speak, there are a series of controversial stories and controversial news coming between Finland and Russia. For instance, take a look at this publication where it states a minor went from Finland to Russia without permission in Imatra, the Finnish border guard. Parents are very worried. So as you can see, a kid left Finland and entered Russia without any form of permission. And little cases like this can compound and create big problems in the future. Yes, this is something that the Finnish government should look into. At the same time, some group of journalists domiciled in foreign countries and in foreign bodies made or wrote out an article to warn African countries. Yes, they came out to warn African countries about a country called Russia and why we should try to stay away from them, or why we should try to stay away from striking deal with that country. Well, take a look at this publication coming from DW, which happens to be one of the biggest news outlets domiciled in the world. It states, Russian propaganda, how Moscow uses disinformation in Africa. This publication also went a step further to claim that disinformation campaigns are exploding across Africa, with Russia believed to be the main instigator. DW explains how the method and objectives of these campaigns differ from region to region and how effective they are. Anyways, moving on swiftly, let's take a look at our second update and second info in this video. Well, just in case you don't know, over the past couple of days, we've noticed and a lot of individuals have seen the wide-scale movement of the Fulani herdsmen and bandits into the southeastern region of Nigeria together with the south. Yes, In the past couple of days, we've seen info about incidences in Ebonyi State, in Enugu State, Anambra State, and so on and so forth. But just recently, yesterday, we received a very, very frightening information and breaking news coming from the Punch. For better understanding, take a look at this publication showing right now on your screen, where it states tension as herdsmen shoot 2 Delta farmers dead. Yes, this is coming from Delta State, Nigeria. This came as a shocker because the Vice President of Nigeria and the person of Kashim Shettima vowed to fight insecurity bumper to bumper and head to head during his campaigning session together with the President of the country in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Surprisingly, since these guys came into power and since these guys occupied the offices of the President and Vice President respectively, we've received little or no info about the fact that Kashim Shettima will fight insecurity. But as we speak, it feels like these guys are already campaigning for 2027 because on the 27th of January 2025, Kashim Shettima came out to make the same comment he made before the presidential elections. Well, take a look at this publication where it states, "We will fight corruption, fix economy, and also fix the security issues in Nigeria." This is coming from Kashim Shettima, who happens to be the vice president of the country. Well, as it stands, it feels like no individual or presence in the country is actually safe because a couple of years back, these herdsmen and bandits usually go after civilians on the streets, in their homes and in their farmlands. But now they have graduated and are currently going after top individuals in the country. So how did we know? Well, take a look at this publication that was released on the 6th of February of this said year, where it states, "Bandits abduct ex-NYSC DG and others in Katsina State in Nigeria." This is a shocker because the government are paying little or no attention to insecurities and things are only getting worse by the day. Anyways, if you find our updates and videos very interesting, please do well to subscribe and turn on post notifications because here you get latest info and updates that really matters in the country and in the whole wide world. Anyways, moving on swiftly, talking about international body and talking about the whole wide world, we all know that the current president of the USA, in the person of Donald Trump, plan on taking Gaza. Yes, this man wants to take over Gaza. He wants to rebuild that landmass and he wants to repair the dispute between the Palestinians with the country called Israel. Yes, a couple of hours back, we received a vital update and a vital info coming from Israel regarding Trump's takeover of Gaza. Well, take a look at this publication coming from the Washington Times, where it states, "Israel orders military to prepare for voluntary departure of Gaza residents." Yes, this publication also went a step further to state or clarify that Israel's defense minister in the person of Israel Katz said on Thursday he has instructed the military to draft a plan to allow voluntary departure of Gaza residents from the enclave, days after President Donald Trump's controversial proposal that the United States take over the Strip and remove all the people living there. Well, this is a very, very interesting update coming from Israel. Anyways, moving on swiftly to wrap up this video, there's a vital info and vital updates coming from the Biafran Government Republic of Exile. Well, what is currently happening and what is this update? Well, take a look at this publication or a tweet coming from Ngozi Orabueze, who happens to be the chief of staff of the BRGI. It states, "Breaking, direct message from Prime Minister Simon to Mr. Success and those working with him. Nobody should endanger the lives of our people back home, starting with Success specifically. Listen to the voice. Biafrans, arise, help the PM Simon fight these criminals if you truly respect him and want the total liberation of our motherland. These individuals never meant well for Biafra. They collide with Nigerian terrorist states to kill and maim our people." And this is coming from Ngozi. In this video, she claimed that Simon Ekpa sent a lady to deliver a message to Ngozi, and the whole conversation was recorded. Yes, she recorded the message sent by Mr. Simon. Anyways, if you want to get the full recording and the full audio of that message, we have it linked in the comment section. So go down to the comment section, click on that link, and it will take you straight to her X or Twitter page so you can get full updates and better clarity by yourself and for yourself. Anyways, in that audio recording, a man's name was mentioned. Yes, a man known as Success Weke. Yes, he was mentioned in that audio recording where he was particularly pinpointed. Well, this man came out to make a clear statement and to clarify the air. Showing right now on your screen is the comments coming from Mr. Success Weke, where states nobody should endanger the lives of our people back home, starting from Mr. Success. He said specifically, yes, he quoted the audio recording that was made or recorded by Ngozi. Yes, he also continued by stating, idiots who never went to school are trying to turn it the other way around. I am watching all of you with one eye. I will speak, but not now. Time is ticking. Yes, this is the comment and the tweet coming from this man. Anyways, in the coming future, things will only get very, very interesting and things will get very, very intense. And definitely, we'll give you all of the latest and breaking news regarding Mr. Simon and other info and news coming from all corners of the world. So if you want to be among the very first individuals to watch our videos when it's dropped, do well to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Anyways, moving on swiftly, something has happened in Finland. Yes, Mr. Simon has been disowned by a particular group or a particular administrative body in that country called Finland. Yes, this man has been disowned. What has happened and why was he disowned by this group and administrative body? Well, in our previous video, we did a deep dive to explain everything that's happened behind the scenes between Mr. Simon and that group. Yes, in that video, you get to understand and see everything for yourself and get a clearer picture and better understanding. Yes, anyways, if you want to watch that video and see things for yourself and get first-hand info, we have that video showing right now on your screen. So click on this video to watch and understand. Click on this video and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching.
Ndị be anyị unu anụgo ka o si wee gbata wee kwụrụ ejisiri maka maazị Nnamdi Kanu nọ n'ime wee na-emezi mpụ dị iche iche n'obodo a n'ezie nụ ka East si wee dị ndị politicians ma ndị ọrụ na-eru n'okwu jizi obodo a wee were na-agbazi politics. Malapụnụ kunu comment ya ka mmalifụ nche n'ụdị nke unu gbasịta maka ya one ihe dere kwu n'iru akwụkwọ and ihe nwanne anyị nwoke bụ Culture kwuru kwa reply to him n'iru akwụkwọ ka mmalifụ nche n'ụdị nke unu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ọzọ dịka ibia bụ kabarụ ka etosa ya bụ ozi ka ụmụnne anyị dọzị wee na-eweta the latest update gbasịta maka ya bụ ihe na-eme n'obodo a and maazị Nnamdi Kanu's release and nwere ọwa na-azụ n'ala Igbo ka emezianụ ụmụnne m.